Alright geezers, a little bit late to this one, but I thought why bother really? If it's only going to get about 7 views, why bother? But the topic, I think, is evergreen. So yes, Swifties versus the Foos. Rumble in the jungle. That space there is where you snicker or roll your eyes audibly. So, Taylor Swift has, in essence, declared jihad on Dave Grohl. And I'm going to use this moment to bring people together in prayer for Dave Grohl's mortal soul. May he survive the trials and tribulations that are ahead of him. Now, again, I may be stupid, but I'm not suicidal. So if you're coming to this video for, evil, mean Mr. Earth apologist attacking 14-year-old girls, it's not going to happen, I'm afraid. Because, again, I don't really want my house to be petrol bombed by said 14-year-old girls. So I'm not going to slander Taylor Swift whatsoever. You know me, I'll attack the Christians, I'll attack the Muslims. I'll even, if I'm feeling a little bit kinky, I'll attack the Hindus. I'm not going there, alright? Again, to quote Hall & Oates, I can't go for that. No can do. Because I actually want a life that's livable. Unlike Dave Grohl, this poor sod, honestly, it'd be better to be Kurt Cobain at this point. So, basically, the story is, Dave Grohl made a catty, mean girls remark on stage about how Taylor Swift doesn't play live. And her fans did not like that. They went thermonuclear, making some really crass jokes, uncalled for, unnecessary, mean jokes. But you'll be very happy to hear the Swifties, who I believe have now formed some sort of terrorist cell, kind of like ISIS, Slaysis. They've actually written me. They've written me a script, sort of like what hostages get. When they're on their knees in the orange jumpsuits. Yeah, this is the thing I'm meant to be reading before they behead me. So, if I'm a bit on edge, it's because, again, don't want to be petrol bombed by 14-year-old girls who are maybe a little bit too online sometimes. So, this is what they wrote. And they promised me, if I said this verbatim, they would leave me out of the crossfire. They would leave nice Mr. Earth apologist out of the way, like the fucking Netherlands in World War II. Staying out of it. I am staying out of this one. I'm neutral. I promise. And I'm a man of my word.
Don't quote me on
I
that.
hope they are children of theirs. So I'm going to get into it. This is the script they've written me. This new up-and-coming terrorist cell formed by 14-year-old girls. Taylor Swift is an immensely talented singer, songwriter, that bit's in caps, businesswoman and artistic visionary. Swift is the most important entertainer of the 21st century and widely regarded, this is true by the way, as the most influential pop star since Madonna, and is much better than Madonna. I'm so sorry, Madonna. But there you go. That is my statement. That is officially my statement. Everything else said here in the video is not canon. It's retconned. That bit is canon. That bit is fully canon. I think Taylor Swift is a very beautiful woman. Again, a bit vanilla for my taste. A little bit too normal looking. I like women who are sort of eccentric, a little bit angular. Perhaps, but that's no mark against her. She's a beautiful woman, very talented, great voice, plays all her own instruments, writes all her own songs. There are no vaudevillian Jewish ghostwriters. They don't exist. Please believe me, they don't exist. Don't look in that cupboard. There are no ghostwriters. I keep telling you, there's no ghostwriters. I'm getting a little bit nervous now because, they know where I live. And these people, honestly, these children are fucking insane. You have to listen to me. I'm being kept against my will. Please send someone. This is a sign. This is a cry for help. But yes, Dave Grohl has been a very naughty boy. He's attacked a wonderful, talented young woman Frankly, because I think he's jealous, because he was once relevant with Nirvana, then he was sort of kind of alright with a grunge-like band, the Foo Fighters, and now he's a washed up old hack, and he's bitter. And I know a thing or two about bitterness, and I'll tell you this, Mr. Grohl, it gets you nowhere. So, I, frankly, worship at the altar of Taylor Swift. She is godly. She is ethereal or ethereal, if you want to be all fucking snobbish about it. And yes, that is my official statement. I know everyone has been waiting on bated breath. What is Earth Apologist's opinion on the Taylor Swift Dave Grohl war? I'm staying neutral on this one. I'm staying out of it because it's not worth it, believe me. I will attack Nigel Farage because the worst thing his supporters can do to me is come next winter, die of old age. You know, they're not a threat. These people are not a threat to me. The worst thing, fans of the 1975 can do is write passive aggressive snarky comments. I'm not scared of these people. The worst thing Americans can do is attack my country, and I'm fine with that because these people I view as below me. Taylor Swift fans, on the other hand, these people are fucking deranged. Please send help. Send help now. I'm being held against my
Chloranal for those nasty back pains that aren't worth the visit to the GP. Ghosts. They live here.
You know, and I do think it's unfortunate. You know, they just don't make mentalists like they used to. You know what I mean? And when we do get a proper nutter, a proper red alert, just absolute lunatic, they waste their opportunity on people like Björk. Right? Sweet, tender, Icelandic Björk. And listen, I'm not saying someone, proper mental. And I mean capital P, proper mental, like full nutter mode. I'm not saying someone should, send an Anthrax Cake to Cardi B. I'm not. Alright, I would never say that. Mainly for the fact Cardi B thinks Anthrax is the little girl that hid from the Nazis. But that's neither here nor there. For legal reasons, I am not inciting anyone who's proper mental to do that. Or Iggy Azalea, or Dua Lipa. I just think it's unfortunate, because it's rare these days in this sanitised society we live, or dwell, or exist, or whatever you identify as being. But I think it's unfortunate because when they come along, we waste their potential, And I think it's a tragedy because they go after nice people like Sweet Björk, Ricardo Lopez. Now if he went after someone like Sheryl Crow, all right, fair enough. Or the Four Non-Blondes, if he cut their brakes, if he cut the brakes of the tour bus, well done. Well done. In a parallel universe, they never wrote that song. Which I think, historically speaking, is the most annoying song ever written. It is. It's just awful. And I say, like a walrus. No, honestly, it's like a walrus giving birth to a hemorrhoid. It's just dreadful. Piles. Walrus piles is what that song makes me think of. I say, hey! What's going on? If he cut the brakes of those deviants, those four missing brunettes perhaps, we'd have a story there. There'd be an argument. There'd be a legal defence for him as an anti-hero. But no, of course not. He had to go after Björk. And who doesn't like Björk? Even he didn't not like Björk. He fucking loved her. He loved Björk. So much he wanted to die and kill her. It's unfortunate. So I just need to get it off my chest. Mentalists, we don't make them like we used to. And when full fat nutters come along, I feel they waste their potential. And they should be doing better, frankly. Again, for legal reasons, no one should be harassing Cardi B. Maybe not an Anthrax Cake. Have fun with it. Rice in pie, perhaps. But, it's neither here nor there. And I certainly don't wish anything like that on the likes of Dua Lipa. I've got nothing but love for the Albanians, yeah? Albanian girls, wonderful, wonderful women. Invite them round to meet the family. Everything's going well. You get a call the next day from your father asking where all the silverware's gone. But, great people, wonderful people, Albanians, smart, law-abiding, which I do enjoy. I do, however, think it says something about a culture and a people when your most famous historical character is a fictional vampire. I do think that says something, because fucking hell, you know what I mean? If the best you can do is a person that isn't even real, you know what I mean? You can tear down the statues of our great heroes. At least they fucking existed.
Haven't got one. She takes off her top, and her breasts shine in the moonlight, and you sit there and think, Core, is there any of that tiramisu left in the fridge?
Alright, geezers, more slop, as they say. Another day to produce slop content, so here I am to feed you like a baby bird. That's you, that is. That's you. Gullet wide open, just waiting to be regurgitated up. All this yummy, yummy slop. You just love it. You love to lap up all this content slop. So I'm here to give it to you, because I'm nothing if not a giver. Alright, just ask my missus. But David Tennant, he's been... Why am I doing this? You know what I mean? Why am I doing this, really? Not to get a little bit existential. What the fuck am I doing? No, but David Tennant, he's been cancelled recently for, I don't know, not being goblin enough. It's all you fucking hear about these days. David Tennant's not goblin enough. This person's been cancelled for not being a goblin, but... it's the whole trans thing. Once again, it's always the kitchen, isn't it? The kitchen, it brings something out of me. I can't stop laughing when I'm down here. But he, I don't know what's funny. I honestly couldn't tell you. He's been cancelled for, I don't know. He doesn't hate trans people enough, evidently. Sad day. That guy in that TV show you liked about 15 years ago, heartbreakingly enough, he has different political views from you. So, life's over. You might as well just drive yourself off a fucking bridge, innit? It's not worth living. But I agree with David Tennant on this one for two reasons, actually. For one, he's a doctor. And I don't know about you, but I trust our medical professionals. And for two, he knows a thing or two about, the whole trans thing, the transgender. He knows a thing about the transgender because for a long time, he was a man. And then for a little bit, he was a woman. Last I've heard, he's fucking black. So, I think David Tennant, not to speak for him, I would hate to speak on behalf of others, I think he knows a thing or two about women issues, the transgender issues, black issues. I get on great with the blacks. No one knows them better than me, or David Tennant in this case. So, again, I don't really have an opinion. I don't really care about any of this. But if it'll get me views, if it'll get me some of that yummy engagement, I'm all for it. So comment below. What do you think about trans people? Love them, hate them, little bit like Marmite. So, get in a turf war. No pun intended. No pun intended. Get in a turf war in the comments. Argue bitterly over this. Waste your finite time on this godless rock arguing over things that don't matter, because Lord knows you're fucking experts at it. So keep going. Keep getting angry. Rile yourself up. Send me lots of comments down below. How much you hate me. How much you hate David Tennant. Whatever it is, whatever you want to put in a comment, put it down below and give me lots of engagement. And then maybe if I'm lucky, I could get about 27 views. That'd be good. Oh, hey, big spender, here I come. But no, I don't care about any of this, frankly, because it's all rather pointless. Why do I care? And we've already been over it. We've already established as fact. Can a woman have a cock if she bloody well wants one? And again, that offer is still out there. If there are any women in the audience, more than happy to oblige. But David Tennant, he has, I don't know, I suppose to some, a radical opinion. I don't even know his opinion on trans, frankly. But if he's a doctor, I trust his expertise. And I don't think he'd lie about it. I don't think he would play a doctor on television and lie to the nation about it. I mean, I respect him a little bit too much for that. So, David Tennant, good. J.K. Rowling, regardless of our views on trans, I think we can all admit Harry Potter is an appallingly written bit of literature. We can agree on that. It's dreadful. It's one of the worst books ever fucking written. And if you like Harry Potter, fuck me. You're the people we should be rounding up, you know what I mean?
But then, out of nowhere, a familiar voice. Alright, geezers. Sweet girl, giving me diabetes. Yeah, sweet. And I pretend to know what's going on with you. I wanna love you, wanna hold you, wanna be there. I don't pretend to know what's going on with you.
And people are getting hung up on all of these questions that are just obvious. These obvious questions like, oh God, can a woman have a cock? Come on. The answer is obviously, if she bloody wants one, innit? If she bloody wants one. And if there are any women in the audience, doubtful, but if there are any women that desperately want a cock, I am more than happy to oblige. I'm nothing if not charitable. I would have to run it past my, German Frau. I'd have to run it through, run it past my fiance first, but I'm sure her and her 7 Spanish lovers would be more than on board with it. So, any women aged 21 to, beggars can't be choosers, 87, comment below, and I'll be more than happy to help you out in your obtaining a penis journey. But no, this, like so many issues, leave me asking the question, why do I care? Right? Why do I give a fuck? It's the centrism of apathy. That's what it is. I don't care. And I think that's a good thing. I don't think you should care about everything. I don't think you should be so fucking hyper-reverent about everything. Especially things that don't involve you. You know what I mean? Like, how does that affect me in any way? But people let it. And people make these big issues out of things that aren't issues in the first place. I'm a little bit tired, honestly. But no, fuck it all, frankly. That's my political stance. That's my hot take. Fuck it all.
Toto, I don't think we're in Missouri anymore. The lurkers. We must get out of here before they find us. Oh God. Oh no. No. They're here. They're already here. They're here now. Sometimes we know what's wrong, and we go back where we belong. I need more could express.
Tell you everything, but I don't want to. So we're gonna have a little bit of a talk. You know, we need to have a talk. Sit down, dear. Sit down. We need to have a little bit of a talk about the Titanic. Now, there have been many things said about the Titanic, and none of them are even close to being correct. Now, listen, when I say what I'm about to say, I do not want it to be misinterpreted. The Titanic didn't happen. Now, I'm not talking about the film, mind you. That is a brilliant bit of propaganda to reaffirm the existence of this big fuck-off ship that, as I'm about to get into, didn't and has never existed. So, yeah, it just doesn't add up. None of this makes sense. And people will tell me, oh, Earth apologist. Oh, Earth apologist. We have newspaper clippings of it. From like 100 years ago. You expect me to believe a newspaper article from 100 years ago? I don't believe a news article from fucking yesterday, mate. So, you know, that's quite a leap. You are putting far too much emphasis on my ability to believe bullshit. Because I am. I'm bullshit intolerant. I can't. I come out in a rash. I get quite itchy. You know, I get hot. My face gets flushed. I cannot tolerate bullshit. Clinically diagnosed bullshit intolerant. So please spare me. You know, we have pictures. We have pictures of the ship. Yeah, well, we've got pictures of Bigfoot and Gandhi. Don't mean they're fucking real. It annoys me. And once again, this was last year now, so I'm not going to get any views. I'm not going to get any of that delicious e-money that I dance so fecklessly for. But, you know, last year, I'm sure you remember, a bunch of fucking billionaires got in a little submarine to see the thing for themselves. What happened to them? They were disappeared. Now, I'm not saying the United States Navy had something to do with their submarine being disappeared. But it does make you think, and we should, just like the Jared Fogle thing, just like Jared Fogle being the fool guy, we should be allowed to ask these questions. And I'm genuinely concerned that the public writ large has been lied to. They've been duped and they've been conned into believing this giant ship just sunk magically via iceberg, as if that happens. Give me a break. You know, there's no proof of this ship existing. If there is proof, it's deep fake. It's all fabricated. There is no Titanic. Now, I'm not saying that the Titanic was an inside job. I'm not even saying that, you know, I'm not some sort of Titanic denialism. You know, I believe if that ship did exist, people did die on it. Unfortunately, that ship, or fortunately in this case, dear viewer, that ship did not exist. No one died, the records were fabricated, they were a con, and people have been fed this lie. Because I don't believe we'd make a ship that big that would sink that largely. So hopefully that set the record straight. I just wanted to put that out there because people have been believing it. And that James Cameron film, again, it's a genius work of propaganda. It's a psyop. It always was a psyop. You make a love film about Kate Winslet on a boat, what straight man wouldn't watch that? But, you know, it's a massive con. You've been lied to. And once again, we do the truth here. All 8 of you, beautiful people, in truth theists, as I lovingly refer to you now, you're here for the truth. So I'm giving you the truth. The Titanic didn't happen, not canon, no proof. If there is proof, it's deep fake. Look at the lips. The lips are always a giveaway. It's deep fake. Sorry, I just needed to get that off my chest. But this isn't like the moon landing being fake, because, I mean, come on, who believes that? Obviously, America would spend that much money on something as pointless as putting a man on the moon. Obviously, they would do that. And they lost the space race anyway. All that money, Russia got there first with a fucking dog, so... The dog didn't land on the moon, unfortunately. That's a bit underwhelming. You know what I mean? If you're going to send a dog to the moon, the least you can fucking do is let it have walkies. Or you know, moon jumpies, whatever. Imagine playing fetch on the moon. Comment below, what would you do if you were on the moon for a week? Let's say it's possible, right? Let's say that's possible. What would you do if you had a week to basically do whatever you wanted on the moon? What would you do? I would definitely play fetch with a dog on the moon. Can you imagine that? The ball just sort of floats off into the atmosphere. Yeah? Try fetching that, you little fucker. Try fetching that, you hairy bastard. But no. You know, it upsets me. Oh, helicopters. They're looking for me again. See, more proof. More fucking proof that what I'm saying is the truth. Because helicopters are flying overhead as we speak. They do not want the truth coming out. They've been looking for me ever since that Jared Fogle video dropped. And I'm not going to relent. I will not surrender. Yeah, just like that fella on the £5 note who looks a little bit like a big baby. I will never surrender. I'll fight you in the beach. I'll have a go at you in the street. I don't care. Oh God, they're actually coming for me. Ladies, gentlemen, those who don't identify, this may be my last state broadcast. They are closing in. They are closing in on me now. Oy vey. It's the end of days. I say Titanic's fake once, and there are black helicopters flying overhead. I'm getting a little bit fucking nervous now. I only half meant it. I was fucking about. Now I'm getting a little bit edgy. I'm a little bit on edge. Okay, alright, they didn't see me. Because obviously I'm in a forest. I go out in the woods to get away from the black cars and the black helicopters. But unfortunately, helicopters, little known fact about those things, they fly. So, wow, do they fly? Do they hover? Comment below. Helicopters, how do they work and why? That'll be good. That'll get me some hashtag engagement. Yummy Brexit. So that's the Titanic out the way. How much time have I done? 9 minutes. Not bad. Not bad, Earth. Not bad. We're moving up. But I've been churning out quite a bit of slop recently, and none of it's done very well, I'll be honest. Considering my modus operandi with this whole channel is to garner views, I haven't been doing a very good job at it. And again, I put the question to you, dear viewer. What do you want me to do? What do you want from me? And no, fucking off isn't an option. Right, let's cross a line through that one. Going away is not on the cards. Outside of that, what do you want from me? And I will do it. Alright, I'll wear your favourite little black number. Oh, I'll be a slut. I'll be a whore for your desires. Just tell me. Oh, tell me what you want. Tell me what you want, playboy. And I will do it, gladly. So, you know, I've done a little bit on the Titanic. We know that's a con now. We know that's deep fake. It didn't happen. No proof of it happening. And again, do not mention hundreds of years old newspapers. Do not mention photographs, because I've already been over it. Gandhi and Bigfoot. I just wish people would stop lying to themselves, you know what I mean? I wish we could be honest about these things. And as usual, I'm just asking questions. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't broken any laws. Well, none of the big ones, none of the bad ones. You know, I mean, occasionally shoplifting a cream egg, I don't think that's a felony. Now, maybe when Labour get in, maybe that will be a felony, yeah? But right now, that's not a felony. So shoplifting a little cream egg, when, you know, once in a while you get a hankering. You know what I mean? You get a hankering for a cream egg. You think, oh, I could go for a cream egg. They don't have a regular barcode, dear viewer. Did you know that about Cadbury's cream eggs, the little ones? They don't have a regular barcode. So when you're at the self-checkout, the checkout vulture, they have to come over. They have to scan it for you. Like I'm some sort of, you know what I mean? Like I'm some sort of invalid. Like I can't scan my own stuff. Honestly, I think invalid's alright. I think I can still say invalid. My girlfriend says invalid. Yeah. And she's German. And honestly, ever since the 40s, they've been desperate. They've been desperate for forgiveness. So I think it's alright. It's alright, innit? You can say invalid. Comment below, can you say invalid? And if not, I'll stop. If not, I'll stop. Alright? Because ever since the whole Jigaboo incident of 2018, I've been on my best behaviour. I'm innocent, I swear. I'm not a racialist. I'm not a xenomorph. I just have views. Everyone has views. They're like arseholes. I being one of those arseholes. Am I the arsehole? Dear viewer, comment below. Am I the arsehole? We may have consensus on this one. We may agree. World peace achieved. Everyone hates him. That's not true. No. My mum doesn't hate me. Much. My dad doesn't hate me. Fucker barely knows me. So, I think I'm alright. 25% of the parent vote. I think I'm doing okay. What would you like to discuss? What would you like to discuss? Comment below what you'd like to discuss. And we can have a conversation about it. We can. But no. I've got a wonderful German fiance. She's a model from, I forget where, Bavaria. Is it Bavaria? It's one of those bumpkin areas. Again, I don't pay attention to other countries. Why would I? I'm in the greatest country on planet Earth. Why would I waste my time learning about other cultures? I could just go to Birmingham. You know what I mean? Every culture under the sun. You know what I mean? I don't need Disney World. Thank you very much. I have Butlins. Alright, have you ever been to Butlins? Comment below. Have you been to Butlins? What did you think of it? Leave a review perhaps. But this is probably going to get about 4 views. As per usual. You know, the subscriber count's going up, and it's going up massively. You know, overnight, we were winning this election. All of a sudden, 4 new subscribers. Things changed. Now, dear viewer, I seem to be getting less views, and I don't know why, because I'm doing the same slop. I'm doing the exact same slop as I was before, but I'm getting less views. What's going on there? I did a wonderful video on Mr. Nightmare. I did a wonderful video on that Mr. Disrespect individual, how he's more or less a register evader. People aren't interested. Oh God, have I peaked? Is it over? Is it lights out for dear old Earth apologist? Comment below. Comment below. Anything, really, anything. I'm getting a little bit desperate here. But for the recently concussed in the audience, you're probably sitting here thinking, how have I got to this video? And why can't I click off? Why can't I click off this video? I'm not sure. You might need to speak to a therapist about that. I don't know what to tell you. But yes, Titanic didn't happen. So, you know. And if you, for whatever reason, think it happened, you are a moron. Yes, you know. Model from... Why do I want to say Bavaria? Is it Bavaria? It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Frankfurt? Frankfurt sounds correct. Model from Frankfurt. So, you know, when it comes to women, I'm very much one. I thought I'd, you know, in these videos, I thought I'd tell you more about myself to foster some kind of parasocial relationship. And maybe, if I do it well enough, if I convince you that I care, you'll give me money. Oh, hello, that excites me. How do I get money from you? Comment below, how do I get money from you? Really, I'm getting desperate now because I make these videos which I think are really alright. I mean, I wouldn't watch them. I don't. You couldn't pay me to watch the slop I churn out. But I think pretty decent videos, frankly. And no one's watching them. Why aren't you watching these videos? Comment below. Why aren't you watching these videos? Because I'm getting a little bit concerned that I've been once again oppressed by YouTube. They're oppressing me. I'm not going to call it a hate crime yet. I'm not going to call it a keratin-inspired incident, but you know what I mean. They're keeping a good man down, as per cunting usual. But we've got 8 subscribers now. Something tells me that's going to change. Next week, best believe, we'll be at 6. So, you know, I feel optimistic about life. Really, I do, because that's what I'm doing this for. Really, that's what I'm doing this for. Really, you know what I mean. I use this as sort of a diary, and maybe much like the Peeps and the Franks before me, this will be dug up, this will be discovered, a dusty relic of a bygone age. Maybe that's the best I can hope for, Lord knows. But I hope you're well. See, this is me doing that parasocial thing again. I hope you're well. How's your life going? Don't comment below because, again, being honest here, I don't actually care. But it's nice, isn't it? It's nice to feel like someone does care. And maybe that's why I'm not successful. Because all of these other schmucks, they do a really good job lying that they care about you. And I just don't bother. I don't bother, you know, because I can switch this thing off. When I press the off button, all of this world on a screen disappears and I can go back to being, you know, like a regular human being. I can have a big fuck off bowl of cornflakes, you know, maybe go for a walk. I'm going for a walk now, you know what I mean? I could turn this off and it doesn't exist anymore. And I'm always cognizant of that. There you go. Took me a second. And I feel people have lost that in this age. People, instead of treating the internet with the sort of irreverence it deserves to be treated with, we treat it with more reverence now than we treat our own lives. You know, it's become more important than our lives, to the point where, you know, something an e-celebrity said or did 14 years ago, it's like the OJ trial, and it ain't the fucking OJ trial. I just think it's a bit ridiculous, frankly. Also, breaking news, OJ Simpson's dead. I don't know if you've heard about that. Maybe I could get some views off of that. Hashtag OJ is dead, perhaps? No idea. Or maybe he's alive. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe instead of prematurely announcing the deaths of people, I post-maturely, post-juvenilely, there you go, announce the lives of people. Oh, that's good, isn't it? Hang on. The 504th president of Argentina has been born. There you go. There you go. See, that won't happen for ages, but I've got there. So when that news finally does break, who broke the news first? It was me. It was little old me. I did it approximately 1,004 years before it even fucking happened. You can call me a soothsayer, but I struggle to spell that word, so you'd be wasting it on me, frankly. But yeah, you know, do another one of these podcasts. This will get about 3 views and about 17 dislikes, so I can live with that, innit? I can live with that. 17 dislikes is a good day for my channel. Believe me, that Illuminati video, people did not like that Illuminati. I think they hated it more than the Farage video. And the Farage video was like almost reverent, because I do give a fuck about this country, and it's hard to be irreverent about this country. But the Illuminati thing, I was talking about how we needed a world war, and these schmucks fell for it. I tell you to your face what I'm doing, and these morons still fall for it. Do I need to put it in the title? Do I need to put it in the title? Give me views. Because I will, if it will help. If it will give me an uptick, I will put it in the title. Shameless. Oh, shameless. So it's shameless in my self-promotion. Ruthless in it, in fact. What are you, God's gift to women? No, I'm God's gift to everyone, alright? And I'm here to stay. You can't get rid of me unless you can, but don't. Please don't. Please don't turn off this video.
The ice is melting. Slowly but surely, it melts. Watch as the cold ice fades away, and in its place, water. Yes, water. Ice song. Ice. And I don't pretend to know anything. In this church of God I am left wondering, what is the point of it all? Where does it end? But then, through the stained glass window, I see something. It is God himself.
They want to sell heroin to children. Although, of course, in a libertarian utopia, they wouldn't be considered children, because famously, these people don't want an age of fucking consent. Honestly. No. Freaks. Deviants. I did say register evaders at the start, didn't I, dear viewer? Like, yeah, imagine not wanting to wear a seatbelt. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love it if more libertarians died in horrendous motor vehicle accidents. Let's cull them. Let's get the population down. Imagine that. We could halve the libertarian population by 2035 if they were allowed to live the way they wanted to live. We should do something like that as like a social experiment. No idea how you'd pull it off. You have a nation, right? We can pick one of these, background character countries like Slovenia, right? Slovakia, one of these countries no one visits. Botswana, right? What's Botswana been up to since that genocide they had? They had a genocide, right? We should pick a country, and I call it like a manic democracy. Manocracy, no. It'll come to me. Hyper democracy, right? Where basically everyone is allowed to live by the ideology they espouse. But they can't have that on anyone else. So if they are like some hardcore dyed-in-the-wool socialist, they have to live by those morals. If they're a full-blown communist, they can't own private property. They can't be a landlord, obviously. They can't have, their own shit, essentially. And if they're a fascist of any persuasion, they just get put in some sort of camp instantly. That's like the instant game over switch. And then libertarians get to live by libertarianism. It's like make a wish for politics, right? Oh, yeah, this could be a game show. This could be a game show. Earth Apologist presents, is this really what you want? No, I think that would be a really good idea. And then libertarians will quickly realise how deeply flawed their ideology is. Honestly, fucking morons. But no, I'm absolutely on board with libertarians not wearing seatbelts, getting into horrendous car crashes, getting the population of morons down. Absolutely, sign me up. Unfortunately, that has an impact on other people. And that's my issue, really. That's the crux of it. They don't realise that everything they do has a domino effect on everyone around them. And that's why, I think we've gone too far in one direction, generally. Because we now see it as a society, more generally in the Western world, we see it as a kindness to let people kill themselves with drugs, to let people eat themselves to death, to let people, do all of this nonsense. And it's compassionate to step aside and let them make that decision. No, I'm sorry. No, it's compassionate to stand between them and what they're about to do. If someone's about to, skydive off a fucking high building without a parachute, I think you should stop them. Maybe that's too right wing of me. Maybe that's my fascism coming out. I don't think people should have the right to throw themselves off buildings. Right, I don't. Sorry. I'm sorry you had to hear it from me, but I believe we should do everything in our power to, help those around us. Like me, I'm known, very known for my charity work. I do consider this charity work. The things I do for you, viewer, I would consider nothing short of some sort of Mother Teresa tier act. But no, and that's my problem with them. They don't realise how selfish their ideology is, or they just don't care. There's a reason the law steps in when you want to drink drive. There's a reason the government steps in when you want to purchase a bazooka. Now, of course, in America, you could probably fucking do that. In one of these backwards inbred tobacco chewing red states, you probably can purchase a bazooka. I personally would not let you purchase a bazooka, alright? And I would sleep very soundly at night not letting you purchase a bazooka. Why do you need a bazooka? You know what I mean? Unless you're going to war with fucking Godzilla, I don't think you need a bazooka, sweetheart. But, you know, they disagree. And again, it comes down to the core of the issue. They don't really want a bazooka. They just hate that they're not allowed to have one. And it's a childlike ideology. You tell them they can't say something, they want to say it. It's very fickle and very stupid. And once again, the people who espouse these ideologies are scum.
I am a libertarian, arrested on tax evasion. I don't answer to Washington, D.C. Taxation is theft.
Feed recently. This is insane. This situation in America. I'm out of the loop on this one because I'm not like this big social media user. So, to my understanding, and please do correct me, because as any long-time viewer will know by now, there is nothing I hate more than to be ill-informed. So, as I understand it, this fella, this George Lloyd individual, he was laying down in the street, holding up traffic, yelling about, oh, I'm having a nap, and everyone was sort of crowded around him like it was some sort of Jesus spectacle. And now everyone is taking to the streets. We're having a nap. I'm looking at this in absolute amazement at what a strange place America is. Because I'm here thinking, good for you. I'm sorry. How does this involve me? How does this involve me? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've massively misunderstood. But somehow I doubt that. So this George Lloyd fella, there's like murals now, and it's really quite peculiar. So. Good for him, I guess. I hope he had a lovely nap, but why is that my problem? And of course, American culture being the cancer it is, it's now spread. It is spread to Europe, the lungs of the world. I'm not happy with that, because now there's people in the streets over here. We're having naps. And over in France, they're saying it, but obviously in French. What on earth is going on? All right. I have received a lot of really quite cross comments from a lot of lovely people. Apparently he wasn't having a nap, this Lloyd individual. As I understand it now, and again, I could be wrong twice in a row, but again, somehow I very much doubt that. This George Lloyd fella, poor sod, I believe he died of an allergic reaction to being arrested. Now, again, I could be wrong again. So, as someone who lives with, an intolerance, I do have an intolerance to bullshit, I can only sympathise that these allergies must be really debilitating. So, let's all wish him well. Let's wish him a speedy recovery. Let's all wish him well. We wish him very well. We wish him the best. And it's not good. What's happening in America is not good. To my understanding, everything's on fire. But the news anchor, rest assured, the news anchor has informed me it's peaceful. So we can all go to bed a little bit easier. We're having naps. Alright, geezers, I would just like to issue a full-throated apology. I have been terribly, terribly misled by some really disingenuous media. The things I've said about, what's going on with all the stuff in America. Oh, God, I've had quite the wake-up moment.
And first of all, let's nip it in the bud. I'd just like to apologise for spreading misinformation. This fella wasn't called George Lloyd. He was called George Floyd. Now, of course, I could argue, easy mistake to make, but that doesn't justify it. And, sorry, I'm listening to a bit of Phil Collins. Again, this was urgent. This needed to get out. And, the fact I'm prioritising this over the great, Phil the Great, I think that shows you how deeply sorry I am. And I assure you, going forward, you have an ally in me. But, yes, we all make mischiefs, and this is one mischief I never, ever intend to make twice. So we mourn, we grieve, we commiserate the death of a great man, George Lloyd.
Ain't no sunshine when she comes. Ain't no sunshine when she goes. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. I know. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. I know. Anytime she goes away. She goes away. We love you. Oh, we love you so much. I'm going to fuck off now because I'm a man of my word. Don't quote me on that. I love you. God bless yourself. And I'm sorry you had to hear it from me.